Yo, what's up, everyone? Colby here for, another League of Legends commentary. This one I joined up in with, I believe, Nien. Holy crap, I joined in at just the right time because we've already got some level 1 action happening. They're trying to go for Nunu here and even dashing into the turret with an ignite, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough damage to take him down. That health potion's way too OP. Holy crap, Nien's going to be running there and going to get the kill with an ignite, but not before getting destroyed himself. So he actually gets first blooded, and then the ignite ticks away, gives him that 300 gold. That's going to be a fair trade, I suppose. 1 for 1. That's going to give him the ability to grab a couple of wards for the mid lane, and that'll make it a lot harder to gank him early on. As for the other side here, we've got Alistar as the person who grabs the first blood there, and that's going to be decent for him since he's the jungler. He's obviously going to be able to pick up his set of gold per 10 items a lot sooner, but overall I think that the Eve kill might be a little stronger. You could argue that though, since a lot of people got the assist on it, so probably a lot more gold was definitely a lot more gold was distributed to red side, if you want to look at it that way. Mid Eve is just one of those champions that's kind of really popular right now. She's extremely powerful. She can do so much. It's basically like you don't ban her, someone's probably going to pick her, as she is a big flavor of the month champion right now. And the reason for that is that she can gank so easily. She does a ton of burst percentage damage, and she's actually really good in the lane. It looks like there is going to be a gank here very soon. SnowTales coming in right from behind, getting a great combo off. Going to make it very difficult for Nien to get away, as he is now slowed by Gragas' belly flop. Looks like Nien might just flash over the wall here of the Baron, and oh, he actually tried to juke it and caused them to flash over after them, but they did not fall for it, and instead he just wastes flash and gets destroyed by Jezie, who does fold down from the top lane. So very nice job by the Shen for coming down like that, and that's gonna really suck for him having to be behind like that. Luckily he did get that early kill, so that's gonna help him out just a bit. He does get an amp tome, gonna be building in to the DFG very soon as well. A lot of poke happening onto the bottom lane. You can see Prototype really trying to jump in there and land some auto attacks, but unfortunately took a tower hit, and that's gonna give Ezreal the opportunity to jump in and grab a kill of his own. But looks like that trade was successful for Vayne, as she does get the kill. Unfortunately, it looks like the support dies as well, as Sona is just way stronger than most other supports damage-wise early game. Top lane is probably going to be the least eventful, although with Teemo there, it is going to be a little bit frustrating for Jezie to farm up in the lane. He's going to get poked down every chance that Teemo gets. He's going to be popping off those poison darts in his face consistently. We'll have to see if once Jezie grabs a couple of items, if he's going to be stronger or not. Bottom lane is both going to be heading back, both sides will. And as far as items are concerned, he's going to go ahead and pick up his Doran's Blade and some extra lifesteal. So that's going to help him just kind of stay up in the lane with his Qs, and he'll get harassed a little bit by the Vayne, but he should be okay to trade now, as he's not going to stay low health for very long against that Vayne. They're going to go ahead and get a little bit aggressive against him until his lane gets there, and actually he took way too much poke, in my opinion, before the Sona gets there. Luckily, she is going to have that health regen possibility with her Q, and so before long he should be okay. Nien now, actually, after an engage there, might go down bottom for a fight, but no, he actually gets caught here, as Alistar, I think, kind of felt that coming and decided to come down and stop him. So Nien's going to be forced to flash over the wall. He's kind of hanging out here, doesn't want to flash, but he will do, and actually oh wait, he doesn't have flash, okay. I was wondering why he didn't do it, but yeah, he used flash earlier in the game up here to try and juke them out, and it wasn't successful. So unfortunately, that is going to be yet another death for him. And his team tries to come in here and pick up some kills, but that's 4 people that have folded down, and so they're doing a really good job of just responding to action on the game, and I think he might actually lose his life here to this ignite. But no, the lifesteal was just enough to keep him alive. Holy crap, what a nice play. He actually just ran in and as fast as possible attacked those creeps, And meanwhile, up top lane, let's just back up a second because while all that was happening, looks like Teemo actually picked up a kill. If you notice, he has a surge ability to help him just go for the kill, and pretty much all he did is he just got big and went straight in for it onto Jezie. So yeah, this is actually pretty scary lane for Shen to deal with, and that's going to be a big issue. Now, Shen's still going to have his ultimate that's going to be strong in helping out his teammates in engages, but as far as winning his lane, I just don't see that happening right now, especially with that surge spell on Teemo, and he is going to go for that hybrid AP, it looks like. So he's going to be doing beast mode damage to Shen as far as I'm concerned. I'm guessing he's going to want to pick up that Malady, as that is a super cheap item and it's just very efficient with the new ratios on Teemo's Poison Dart, or I guess Toxic Shard I should say. Always get those names of the abilities wrong, man. So Nien is not necessarily too far, but in fact, let's see, what are we looking at here? He's actually ahead on farm from Morto, so considering the fact that, you know, he's been dying several times this game, and you know, with a tiny bit of roaming and stuff, I'd say he's actually doing quite well if you get my drift. And, you know, 3 deaths already. Holy crap, that's actually unfortunate. But he's got his Kages built up. He's going to be working towards more items, and he's got that extra kill. So he's ahead of Gragas at this point. And that's just kind of, I guess, just shows you, I mean, Eve is really strong. She can sit there and farm so easily in the lane, and she does so much damage, it's hard for you to really shut that down. Sailor Moon is going to be taking huge poke here. Ezreal is doing a great job, gets knocked back from Prototype, and it's not going to give him a chance to get a kill, but Sailor Moon's going to have to be careful. She can't really go into another engage here. Nien going to be coming up for a gank attempt. Now that he is level 6, he can put on quite a bit of damage. Unfortunately, when he did get to the lane, he was just a little too late because they had already backed off at that point. And now it would have been nice for him to actually stay around. They noticed him backing off, so they decided to go for the engage. They were both very low, and they're like, okay, well, that's an easy kill for us. Bam! Took advantage of that, and that's exactly what happened. Now Ezreal going to be getting even stronger. Vayne has a little bit of issue early game, and kind of needs to be careful as to not feed that Ezreal, because later on he's going to be way stronger and it's going to carry the game. But it's going to really rely on him not getting that Ezreal fed. So so far it's looking kind of bad. Ezreal's had 4 kills to Vayne's 1, as well as a higher amount of farm, getting about almost 10 CS ahead at this point. So really going to be an issue if it continues that way. Let me continue to match some of these lanes up here. We've actually got jungle Nunu going on here. That's I've been seeing a few more jungle Nunus lately, and it's pretty strong. I mean, even you know, the Autumn one doing his old school jungle Nunu that he used to do as well, and Nunu can really get ahead and do a lot of work, and he's just a great buff for the AD carry, especially when you have another support doing work. So I don't know, not really my style, but I like it. Here's a nice gank coming in. Nunu throwing down the snowball, keeping him slowed. Nien also with his ultimate, but counter gank comes in as both Shen with his shield goes there, and SnowTales does the knockup. That's going to be a double kill. So unfortunately, that gank attempt was very unsuccessful. They all are quite low actually, but all dead on the blue side and all alive on the red side. That sucks for you guys. So now down by 6 kills and about 2,000 gold. We have bottom lane pretty much just losing here. They can't trade against the Sona Ezreal combo, which is very strong damage wise. It's just both champions are great at poking, and that makes it very difficult for trades to happen. So Prototype just needs to try and farm, and honestly, he's doing a good job. He's actually caught back up with Ezreal. He was down by about 10 CS, and now he's already caught back up to Ezreal on CS. So the main thing is, like, just don't die anymore and get that farm going, and he should be okay once he gets to, you know, mid to late game out of the laning phase. That is at least my prediction. So Nien, on the other hand, looks like he went ahead and got his Sork boots. Some Evelyn players will go for boots 5 in order to have the maximum roaming potential, but in this particular case he says, well, I just want to do as much damage as I can, which is more the approach that I personally like to take. I think it's more just kind of situational as well as a bit of preference, to be honest. So you can potentially lose out on a little bit of damage by getting boots 5, but then again you can say, well, you might now be able to catch up to somebody if you don't. All just up to the way you play. And Jezie now going to be coming down all the way from the top lane and almost gets a taunt off. And if he did, that would have been a sure kill, as Ezreal ult would have definitely landed on the prototype. He barely juked out of that. A huge creep wave comes in here, and they're in a kind of bad position because that is going to be a double taunt there. Prototype getting a lot of damage off, but at the same time, looks like Unti is out of mana and just going to be auto-attacking, so he kind of put himself in a bad position. But at the same time, he does get the kill and forces Vayne to lose all of that farm and CS. Why is the same thing? I meant to say experience and CS, and that's going to be a double kill for Nien. So overall, a great play for blue team. They got 3 kills out of that, only losing Vayne, and now they'll be going for the dragon. Now this is going to be a little bit dangerous with Gragas there, and let's see, he does have his ultimate up, so he should be able to do quite a lot of damage, but at the same time, he needs to be careful, as they are going to wait and watch for him. I think he can get in there with a double barrel and ultimate if he plays this correctly. Nien's just going to go ahead and chase him out while they finish the dragon up. They're getting very low. In fact, they might not even get this. Yeah, it looks like SnowTales is already back up, as well as Ezreal. So I will say that Gragas did a good job. He stopped them from getting dragon. They're all very low. They have to go back to the base. And meanwhile, up top, looks like TLK was able to finish off the turret while all of the action on bottom was happening, so that's very good. Unfortunately, it allows red to pick up the dragon since everyone else had to back off, and so you could say that that bottom engage ended up evening itself out, since the dragon, you can say, is worth about 2 kills as in gold for the team. Now, let's see, how are turrets doing over here? Pretty much looks like the bottom turret is going to be going down a little bit quicker if Ezreal and Sona continue their rampage as they are. And TLK trying to do a little bit of work, but now going to get, oh my god, this is not bad, or this is not good for Teemo. Taunt coming in from Jezie, and Ignite will clean him up, as his has no health potion to really finish that off. I don't think health potion would have even helped in that particular case anyways. Pretty exciting game. It's actually very close at just a little bit over 1,000 gold difference in the favor of red team. And, you know, bottom lane seems to be stronger overall, but Prototype continues to farm up. And at this point, though, he lost so much farm in that last engage that allowed Ezreal to really pull ahead by a large margin. So we'll see. I mean, he's got a couple of creeps coming in here. It's still not going to make up for that 20 CS difference that he lost out on after that triple gank on the bottom lane. Either way, I think Prototype is going to be fine. He's been doing a really good job. Nien now working it up. He's actually going to go for the Abyssal before he finishes up his DFG, or at least I think that's what he's going to do. Otherwise, he may go for DFG and just hold on to that Negatron for the magic resist against the Gragas. And right now, it's pretty much at the time of 15 minutes where the teams are looking to try and do a little bit more roaming around, pick up those turrets where possible, and it's going to be kind of a race between which team can get to the 5-man group faster and start to try and get that snowball lead. So I'm curious who's going to be able to take advantage of that. You have SnowTales in the bush. He is unseen. At least I don't think that he was seen by the creeps. He may have been. I wasn't watching that. But he definitely can't walk in here, as there is a ward there. So he's going to go ahead and back off, as he doesn't really see any gank attempt possible in this particular case. He's going to grab that blue for Gragas. Nien already has his picked up. He does get shoved to the lane, so he's going to have to sit back and farm that. I don't think they're going to be able to stop Gragas from actually grabbing the blue. Bottom lane looks like Prototype popping his ultimate. Wants to go for the engage. A lot of creeps, though, going to be doing big damage, and a nice ultimate coming out from Kaito. And that's going to get Prototype a little bit low, but Ezreal was not following up on that. He could have definitely gotten the kill if he had decided to continue attacking, but he played it a little bit too scared and ended up costing his team 2 kills rather than him getting 1 and then both dying. I think he should have just stayed in there and continued to attack that Vayne. instead of kind of playing back and forth, kind of pussyfooting is what I like to call it. And I mean, if he's gonna back off, he needs to back off, and if he's gonna fight, he needs to fight. You gotta fully commit. You can't do this back and forth thing, and that's just one mistake I see a lot. And this is higher elo play, but even then, people still make those kind of mistakes and decision making, and that's exactly one of the ones that you can't be a part of. If you wanna win fights consistently, if you want to be a better player, you have to learn how to fully commit. You can't go back and forth like that, and that's just, I guess, the best example that I can come up with on the fly of why, you know, basically. So kind of glad he did that, just for you guys' sake. Maybe a little bit of a learning experience. Learn from other people's mistakes. There you go. LolerMorto is doing pretty good here. He's got himself a Jezie. Let's see, not, I guess he just barely picked that up. So I'm curious if that's going to be stacked up good this game or not. Usually don't see a Jezie at all, like very often. It's just one of those things where it's very risky of an item to buy. People say that, well, if you're gonna win anyways, then the Jezie is good, and if it doesn't get stacks, then you're gonna lose anyways. Other people say that, well, no, it's just bad in general. So overall, you just don't see it as an item option. It's just basically a pure AP option, and you know, the fact that you can get so much AP with just building a death cap. Oh my god, so much damage coming in here. Looks like Prototype is going to go all in onto Kaito, but doesn't get the... Oh my god. I was about to say, he needed one more auto attack to finish that off. Sailor Moon now going to get attacked by the Ezreal. He's trying to make his way out. Flash is out, but, you know, Unti's got his own little built-in flash, so he's going to be able to chase that down. No problem getting a double kill there. And they actually lost 3 people on the bottom lane for only 1 kill under the Sona, so not exactly a very good trade, and that's going to cause them to lose the bottom tower, and at the same time they didn't really get anything else out of it. I mean, TLK had already picked up the top. LolerMorto has come up to the top to kind of stop his push. Jezie didn't even have to use his ultimate to help out on bottom, so overall, like, they didn't really get anything out of all of this diving action on bottom other than just losing all their lives in the turret. Kind of a bad play overall. So red team going to be pulling ahead slightly on the lead. Still only just a little over 1,000 gold lead though, even after that. So it just goes to show that they're actually very neck and neck at this point, regardless of these, you know, bad plays that blue team's making. Blue team has been, I guess, either just farming really well. Yeah, I mean, you can see that he's got over 50% more farm than Shen in the top lane. Evelyn has fallen down a little bit on farm than Gragas. Now that Gragas can clear out waves a little bit easier, it's a lot easier for him to farm, obviously. Nien using his speed to get the hell out of there. He's like, oh crap, do not want to get knocked up by SnowTales, as he has been doing a good job of landing those ground slams. So that's going to be the second dragon of the game for red team, and that should give them an even stronger lead. They've got a pretty good they're doing a pretty good job of holding down the timer on that dragon, and looks like blue doesn't even have a vision ward there, so they cannot get the timer off. A lot of pinks all over the map, so they're just clearing out wards, and they have a great map control, and they're coming in for a gank on the Prototype. Prototype is going to have to run right into the turret there. Going to get hit by the Ezreal, and boop, he's dead. So no luck there. They're just not having fun in this bottom lane. I mean, Ezreal is starting to get really far ahead. 8 kills right now. He's got Trinity Force going to be building in to his Infinity Edge very soon as well, whereas Vayne still has not finished up a single item yet. So this is really bad going into mid game. Ezreal's just going to be, oh my god, so much stronger. And a nice ultimate from Kaito holds down Sailor Moon, getting that kill. They're going to be probably getting this turret very low, if not killing it here, especially with Jezie hanging around in here, just kind of zoning out anyone from coming in. SnowTales is down there at the same time to try and do some work. Jezie's going to come around from behind, try and get off a nice little taunt. Does not get in range for that after being slowed. And yes, they do grab the turret. This is going to be really bad. So red team now going to be pulling ahead with about 3,000 gold left lead advantage. And I think that blue team is going to have to just kind of pull it together as a team, start to group up and make some plays happen. At the same time, I don't know if they even have a better team fight right now, because Ezreal is so far ahead that he's going to be picking people off from the back so bad. And you got LolerMorto just splitting up the entire team with giant amounts of burst damage as Gragas Let's see. In fact, how much does he have on his stack? Now, I don't know if it's just not showing me his stacks or what. Like, let's see. I'm clicking on him. I don't know. I've never actually seen someone build stacks in a observer mode game. So this feels kind of bad if it doesn't show me his stacks. Either that or he just literally doesn't have any stacks. So I don't know. Can't tell you. I guess I'll have to wait until he gets a kill and then look at the stacks again. And if it doesn't show it, then we're just having a lot of fun. Anyways. Now, anyways, on bottom lane, Prototype and Sailor Moon are doing their best to try and farm, but you can see that they're kind of getting pushed down from behind here. Now, unfortunately, Uti just plays that terribly. He just walks right up to the wall, and that's kind of like the biggest no-no in the game. I mean, that's kind of like an obvious, hey, come kill me, Vayne. Stand next to a wall by yourself against a Vayne. That's, I don't know, I'm a little bit disappointed in Ezreal for that one, but either way, that's Vayne grabbing a kill, picking up that kill gold. LolerMorto is able to pick up the turret in mid and continues to shove down as there's not really anyone there to stop him at this point. And I'm guessing that he's not going to clean up the entire turret before someone gets there to stop him, but he should be able to back off before something bad happens, and you'll notice it's exactly what he decides to go ahead and do. Looks like we have the jungler coming in to stop him. And SkyCN wants to slow him down just enough for Vayne to get in range. And there's the pink turret. He knows something is coming, but looks like Nien's just not going to get there in time to stop this from happening. So that's unfortunate. He wasn't able to pick up that kill. LolerMorto gets out of there with pretty much full HP, as really there's not much damage that you can do as a jungle Nunu unless you get really fed and just pick up a lot of AP. Obviously not what is happening here, though. So we're now at pretty much team fight time here in the game. They've gotten down 2 turrets each, and you can see that TOK is really just holding down the lead against this Shen. But overall, who's really making a bigger difference in the game? Shen has actually teleported to his team with shields several times, making some pretty big plays, whereas Teemo obviously can't do something like that, but he's been getting a lot of gold advantage and lead in the top lane and has been shoving down that turret. So he's trying to put as much pressure as he can. He's doing the whole AFK farm top Teemo thing where he just sits up there and amasses just tons of gold, and then later on is going to be really strong. Sorry, I was talking about Teemo and missed a kill. So let's go down to the bottom, and I think this is where it was happening. Looks like LolerMorto is kind of just by himself and just charges belly first right into it, and Vayne unfortunately knocks her into himself. But at the same time, he's so strong that he's able to pick up the kill. She's so squishy that it didn't really matter. You think that there's a stack. Okay, so there's his first 2 stacks of the game. He's had that Jezie for a really long time, and that's the first time he ever got it stacked up. So it was kind of like a money sink at first, but maybe it'll start to pay off later on. And I don't know. That's just really bad for Vayne to get destroyed like that. It just shows that LolerMorto is in a position where he can just kind of chunk anyone down at this point. They're gonna have to wait until late game. Maybe they can kind of get some action resist to deal with that, but at this point in time, he's just going to be destroying anyone he decides to actually combo. And let's see, red team all kind of grouped up here. They're going to try and push down this turret. I don't know, they're actually backing off as they see that Teemo is putting all this pressure on top. This is exactly what I was talking about. Teemo is just going to kind of AFK farm top, putting as much pressure as possible. So rather than these guys trying to slow push down mid, they're actually forced to go back because of Teemo. So I will say, Teemo is doing a great job at his role. He caused the entire enemy team to back off to save their turret, but instead they didn't save it. He got it anyways, and then he backed off. So so that's the type of pressure that they really need in order to come back from being behind like this. So they're only 500 gold, 600 gold behind regardless. I mean, they have so much gold, like from farm and from just, I don't know what else, like I don't know what else it could be. It just has to be farm. Yeah, let's see. Teemo has just almost 100 extra farm. Everyone else is pretty much the same or behind, though. That's what I guess it's all Teemo. So really, Teemo is like a big part of the extra gold right now. And then obviously they do have a lot of gold per 5 items, or gold per 10, I mean. And so I can't really see what else is causing that, as red has gotten like both dragons. They're going to be picking up the 3rd dragon of the game, as you can see here, and they've also got a lot more kills. So I don't know. overall, I think that once Teemo starts to group up in team fights, he's going to be doing a lot of damage to people. If that even happens, I mean, he may just continue to shove top consistently. Shen is just kind of waiting around here. He did pick up his red buff. Okay, so it doesn't look like he's actually going to go ahead and engage Teemo right there. He's going to wait. He's going to get his health back, and then he's going to go in and try and just stop that from happening. Teemo, now that he's gotten that second top turret down, may actually go ahead and rejoin with the group and try and do some damage in team fights and things like that. He's got some big damaging shrooms, so if he's able to place those down around the area of the team fights and kind of bait people into fighting in that general area, it's going to do a lot of damage to anyone who walks over that. I mean, Death Cap and Naturalist Truth, he's going to be attacking fast, he's going to be pounding everybody. He's probably going to need to get a little bit of HP though, as they do have tons of burst damage. If he gets caught into one of these Sona ultimates or something like that, he's going to be in big trouble. But look at Unti taking so much damage, and Evelyn coming in from behind, taking the kill, and they are bursting everybody down extremely hard here, as Morto was just not there to really help out. If he had his ultimate in play, that could have really stopped that from happening. They do grab that mid turret. SnowTales gets really low, but does make it out. Sailor Moon almost getting completely destroyed there, as Morto throws down his combo. Looks like Shen comes in to try and save him. He's actually safe already, didn't really even need to do that. But either way, looks like Blue is starting to pull ahead, and at the same time, Teemo is just being a dick up top, farming away, shoving down the turret, and wow, they are just doing so much work. That looks like a Shen is not going to be able to land that, as he uses his flash to juke out of that, no problem. And Blue now looking for that dragon, which is already gone, unfortunately, but at least they can get that icon, and they will see when it respawns. They just don't know exactly when it's going to pop up next. So at this point now, Blue team has pulled ahead in the lead. What an exciting game. This is just showing the power of such good split pushing action. And then I guess honestly, I was actually a little bit surprised they won that. But if you kind of analyze what happened, it was they made a decision. They said, okay, there's only 3 people here defending this turret. Shen's back at the base. LolerMorto is as well. So we're going to dive in on this. They knew that LolerMorto couldn't throw out his massive combo to split them up and stop them from doing any damage. Ezreal has a lot of jukes, but he is squishy, and Nien was able to just jump in there and use his DFG and just, wow, blast him away quite instantly. So that was a very smart play on them, just taking advantage of that one tiny mistake. Really put Blue team nice job in the lead, and there goes an ultimate into a combo. Bam, destroying that Sona. She had no idea that Nien was actually in that area, and that's the thing about Evelyn, is that she can sneak up right to your vision range, and boom, you're dead. And that's exactly why Evelyn is so powerful right now. Her burst is ridiculous. Alright, so now Nien is just kind of going around being a super monster beast mode action right now, and I think that these guys are going to have to really group up and make some big plays soon if they want to be able to come back from this. Now, Teemo does go down. He wasn't able to juke to his shrooms in time. Morto might... no, he's fine. So I was about to say, if he can get another tick off of that, he might be dead. And that's going to be a Baron for Blue team. Unfortunately, Teemo doesn't grab it, but the rest of the team is going to have it. Doesn't matter. Teemo's kind of his own team right now, if you think about it. Teemo is his own team. He puts the team in Teemo. I don't know, whatever. Anyways, he's just roaming around on his own. I haven't really seen him in an actual team fight in 30 minutes of game time. And so I don't know if we're ever going to see him in a team. He may just sit there and shove down turrets on his own this entire game while Nien carries the rest of the time. And very soon, Prototype's actually going to start carrying himself. He still doesn't have a full damage on him. He's got his Phantom Dancer built up, which is good. Once he builds up that Infinity Edge, was it looks like he's going for here. Yep. Once he builds up that Infinity Edge, he's going to be beast moding this game, and he's going to be the one that starts carrying. Because that's really all it takes on Vayne, is to get to that 30-minute mark and have those 2 core items, that Bloodthirster and that Phantom Dancer, or in this particular case, IE, which is really strong as well, and Phantom Dancer. So we'll have to see how that works out. Now, on the other hand, you've got a GA already built up for Unti, as he was super far ahead. And, you know, I thought he was going to go for a Guardian, or not a Guardian, but an Infinity Edge, because he had that pickaxe. But no, he said, no, I'm just going to go for Last Whisper first, which is fine, I suppose, but I'm going to have to take a look at their armor first. No armor, no armor, no armor, no armor, no armor. Oh, wait, never mind. There's armor. So basically, he built a Last Whisper to kill Nunu. I don't really like that. He should have went for an IE. Personally, in my opinion, I think that would have been stronger damage-wise, but I guess he's just looking for late game, but no one's really building armor, so I try and look. If I'm going to build a last whisper, oh crap, look at this damage. SnowTales has to pop his ultimate to stay alive from Nien, and luckily Shen gets in there with an ultimate, saves him just barely. Nien would have definitely taken him out if not for that ulti from Shen, and obviously ultimate from... He basically forced 2 ultimates, Nien did, by running in there and doing his damage. Look how fast he is, especially with that buff from Nunu. He just gets in there, does the damage, backs off, and he's like super pokey juke mode. And I don't know what TLK was trying to do. I guess he was going in for the kill on Jezie. He noticed that he was, oh my god, he didn't get a kill. Oh my god. So Ignite and Shroom pick up the kill on Jezie. That's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Kind of a silly play in my opinion anyways. He should have just kind of continued to try and shove down that turret rather than going in for like this assassin gank mode. That's more of Nien's role, but at the same time they're able to pick up turret on the bottom lane, and there's a little bit of action happening both in the mid and in this particular case right here. Nien does grab a kill onto the support. Looks like Unti's gonna lose his guardian angel here. There's no way that he can kill Nien. He is going to die right here unless he can blink over the wall. And oh, he just barely gets for the flash from Nien. He's able to pick up the kill. Now he's unstoppable. And it looks like Morto is trying to come in for a kill onto Sailor Moon. Does he have his ultimate? He does not. So he will not be picking up the kill there. A lot of action happening all around the map. I don't know if I can talk fast enough to cover it all. Ah! There, drink of water, take a break. Good to go. And Nien is in a pretty good position to take down this turret and probably kill SnowTales if he stays around a little bit longer. He's going to need some help from his teammates. SnowTales popping his ultimate, trying to stay alive. It's not going to be enough. He is going to die here. And he's just even with the help of the turret, he just cannot take down. Look how fast he is. This is ridiculous. He's just like, wow, he's all over the place. That is AP Eve. So if you guys, for some reason, are living under a rock and have not actually heard about the AP Eve powerhouse free elo mode that is currently taking place, then I suggest you start taking advantage of that as soon as possible, because that is basically going to be a like free elo for you. I mean, obviously AP Eve can get shut down kind of easy, and you can make mistakes and stuff like that, but overall she's not too hard to play and she's very powerful. So yeah, good stuff. Anyways, they are going to be grabbing another dragon, so this is going to be, I think, blue second dragon, I want to say. So that's going to be like 2 or 3 dragons in favor of red team still. But TLK now still pushing down the top turret. They try and come stop him, but too late. He's already gotten his turret and backs right off with his speed boost. They just can't handle this amount of pressure all over the map. They are getting picked off one by one when they're not grouped, and then whenever they are grouped, TLK is shoving down turrets by himself. So this is actually like a very scary team combo. They have really good synergy if you think about it, with the assassination potential from Nien, forcing them to have to group up in order to stay alive against him. But at the same time, when they do, it's like, well, I'm Teemo, I'm going to kill everything in your base. Sailor Moon and Prototype taking a lot of damage from that Gragas barrel. They're going to have to try and back off. Oh, just barely. Oh, she actually uses her ultimate. And the funny thing is, he uses his ultimate after the barrel explodes, so if it was going to kill him, he would have died anyways. Anyways, just something to think about. A little bit of a panic ulti there, if you ask me. Alright, and now we just have everyone kind of grouped up on bottom while TLK is doing his best to take out this inhibitor up top. Jezie doing anything he can to try and stop this as well. Gets a nice taunt off, but it's just not going to be able to do enough damage to really force him back. All he's got to do is sit here and just continue to farm. LolerMorto now with an Oracle is going to try and clean up any of this stuff. But Nien now going to come from behind. Look at all this damage. Here comes in DMG. And even with the ultimate coming in from Shen, he's still going to die. He loses his Guardian Angel. And now Jezie's going to get jumped onto as well. DFG being used by TLK. And Nien cleans up that fight. No problem. This is going to be 2 big AP damage champions taking down the inhibitor up top, while at the same time we have fights happening. In fact, I'm just going to jump back a little bit and watch exactly what was happening down at the bottom. Now, they were trying to do this like 2v3 thing here at the turret. Prototype pops his ultimate, trying to do some damage to SnowTales. He does have that tree damage, so he can do a little bit extra to SnowTales each third attack. Unfortunately, Unti comes in doing a lot of damage to him. He has to back off, flash over the wall, and it looks like Nunu is going to do his best to make some plays here. At the same time, ultimate misses everyone as SnowTales does knock him back. So Unti gonna probably not. Wow, he doesn't even get the kill there, as Prototype is in just complete carry mode. Like I said, Infinity Edge and Phantom Dancer. Now even a pickaxe going to be going for that last whisper soon. So he's just super carry mode, and there's nothing these guys can do. Red team, while they did have a great great lead early on. Arcullen, GG, well played. Game is over. There's nothing they can do there. Just way weaker. And I have to say, this is just some great synergy. I mean, AP Evelyn just way too strong. And Teemo just completely demolished top lane. Very exciting game. I was super excited to watch this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the commentary. Thank you for watching. I love you guys. And also hopefully you enjoy the increased amount of videos that I've been putting up. Let me know if there's any other stuff that you would like to see that I'm not doing, or you know, if you would like to see like some dual commentaries with other people, or just any ideas, anything you would like to see, let me know and I'll do it for you guys. So this is Kobe Cheese. Peace out.